Hello, my friends. Your Adeptability leadership kicker for today: what the humble kite can teach us about succeeding in change management. I'm Aaron Schmuckler, co-founder and trainer at the Yes Works, where we help rally your team as a problem-solving people. Now, very often when a change initiative fails, it's not because you didn't have a good plan. Very often, it's because of inconsistent implementation. The plan needs people to implement it, and it needs that implementation to be consistent, and the people are universally resistant to and frightened of change. We are all neophobes in one area or another. Even those of us who love change in this area may fear and resist it in this area, or to this extent may resist or fear it when it's to this extent. So I want to give you something to take away that you can use to help inoculate your people, to inoculate your team against that fear of change. I call it the kite principle of leading change. So let's think about a kite. When the wind shifts direction, the kite shifts direction. When the wind is very shifty or turbulent, the kite darts back and forth, but it always comes back to center. It always maintains a certain level of equilibrium. It always retains an angle and an attitude that permit flight. So what is it that allows a kite to resist, to be resilient in the face of all that change? Well, it's 3 points that never do change. One is the attachment point to the kite above the center of the kite. The other is the attachment point below the center of the kite. And then a third is the point at which that single line, that single kite string attaches to those 2 points. And that triangle of those 3 points creates something called the bridle that defines how that kite is angled to the wind. So what does this bridle, what does this kite principle have to do with managing people through change? Well, what I recommend is that you not just tell people what's going to change, but that you also tell people what's going to stay the same. And I know sometimes it may seem as though, hey, I'm going to be your supervisor, maybe goes without saying, or even though we are changing our product offerings, or even though we're changing our service offerings, our mission remains the same, our client base remains the same, we're going to keep having the same relationship among us as a company. That goes without saying, you may think. And I want to suggest that it doesn't go without saying, that hearing about what's going to stay the same can really help people to grab on to that port. It's almost like a port in a storm. It's a certain level of certainty that can be the touchstone that allows people to adapt to and weather the storm of change. So I'll give you a couple of quick scripts that you can use. Hey folks, I know this is a lot of change. Now here are a few things that you can count on. Or, hey folks, I know that change can be a little bit scary. Here are a few things that I promise you will not change, and these are things that you can rely on even as we are going through this change initiative. I want to thank you for your efforts to make work good. Together, we can ensure that people are good for work, and work is good for people. People who can adjust better than maybe they think they can. You believe in your team? Let us help expedite its growth. Book a call today at theyesworks.com. Make work good.